Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Killer7. You remember what happened last time? I mean, you could see it on the screen right now. Masked Smith has become the Iron Mask, the symbol of ultimate strength. He has achieved his final upgrade, and he is now unstoppable, of course. Unstoppable legend of wrestling and anime. These two things combined together into one at last. We also found out about this elementary school that we're in, that it's intertwinkled into the details of U.S. American history and the first presidential election. We've also found out some facts about Amir Parkreiner. Who is he? Why do we need to know about him? Maybe we'll find out a little bit more. As for right now, it's time to get on out of here. It's time to continue on looking through the school. And I hear a broken smile. Well, even though the Iron Mask is the symbol of ultimate strength, he was not able to fight off that broken smile at that range. Oh well. It's okay, Iron Mask. We all have failures. Anyway, Yunhyun has something to say, but we don't have any blood, do we? Oh wait, no, we do have... No, we just dropped off our thick blood. What am I even thinking of? I could have used my thick blood to talk to Yoon. I just dropped it off at that room like a sucker. Why did I do that? I'm not sure why I did. Now, like with every other puzzle, I could just solve it, but, you know... I'm gonna go... I wonder if he had his back to me. He looked like he was turning around. I doubt I would have been able to get him from behind, though. I would really like to actually try doing that. Let's get some blood while we're out here, right? Get some blood, talk to Yoon, see what he has to say, see what hints he has to give.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Alright, should be enough. Yep, and these guys are still here. Which is not a surprise. And now if I had enough thin blood to do Mask's 5-vial charge shot, then this would be no problem, but... I feel like I should have gotten him long before he reached me there. There we go. I think the Iron Mask makes Mask's shots a little bit more powerful. I think that might be the only upgrade. There's nothing visibly different about Mask's attacks. Anyway, Yunhyun, what do you got to say? Shoot the lockers? That's what we've been doing. But alright, let's hear the true Mask tell us to do the same thing, except in a very rude manner. As it does. Well, we've already been doing all that. We got the mask as a reward, and it did make us very happy. But he says we need to keep shooting lockers. All right, I'll do it. I will keep shooting the lockers. I guess we do need to start off with 666. Just keep shooting. Just shoot lockers. Keep doing it. There we go. Because, of course, this elementary school did install a lock to the second floor that would require you to have a pair of grenade launchers that you then shoot a whole lot of lockers with. It's how this works. It really is a special kind of lock. What does Trev have to say? And he's that's very impressive to do that with a fire extinguisher. That is not easy to do. What? Could it be that maybe the elections have been tampered with? No, that can't be. That just can't happen. Say it ain't so, Travis. Let's go up to the second floor. And let's find out about the truth for ourselves about election tampering in this elementary school cafeteria. That's where we're going. That's where we're going to find out the truth. Well, maybe that's not where we're going to find out the truth, but it is where we're going to see this big, this guy, duplicator smile. Let's see if we can get that camellia. I want to get it. Want to get that camellia. There we go. Now, something that someone told me to try when it came to the duplicator smiles. Let's give this a try. Let's go to mask. And let's charge up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They know who's the strongest.
And that's it.
Fuck you.
So once we have that 5 vial charge shot, we don't need Dan anymore. We can just use mask for the whole thing. And here's Travis having his lunch in the cafeteria. Yes, that is correct. Washington State is known to be the key state in the U.S. presidential elections. It's like they say, as goes Washington State, as goes the rest, so goes the rest of the country, because someone bribed someone in Washington State with a lot of money, and now that's the new president. That's how it goes. That's what they say. That is an enormous knife and fork, Travis. That is way too big to actually be eating lunch with. Anyway, That's actually one thing that we were doing I forgot to mention. We're still looking for this guy. That's our assignment, right? The assignment that we got from Linda Vermillion is to go after this guy, and we have not met him. We don't even know who he is. The assignment at the beginning of the level said, contact the National Hub, which makes no sense. We had not heard of a National Hub. We don't know what that is. Harmon's room. I don't need to drop off my blood. I think I'm doing all right. But this is not a school library. This is not a school library at all. We have one soul shell. Is that enough for the gatekeeper? Yep, that was all he wanted. Just the one. Well, let's say goodbye to the gatekeeper. This is the last time we're going to see him. Once again, we enter the Coliseum, a room that couldn't possibly exist in the school.
Dangerous.
And let's see what our final mini-boss, Heaven Smile, is going to be about. Tell us all about it, Kess. All right, coming out from the face, you say? Let me take a look. All right, I've got 5 vials of blood. I think I'm going to change to Dan Smith for this battle. The Galactic Tomahawk Smile is the final one. It's a great name, and it fires missiles. We have to shoot the missiles. I mean, we don't actually have to shoot the missiles, because what I can do is go 1, 2, 3.
Collateral shot.
Oh, it survived. Well, that's kind of a problem, because I used my collateral shot. I can still shoot at it, just like this, right? But I have to defend myself by shooting the missiles out of the air. Alright, let's just change the mask. I thought I would, be fancy and kill it in one hit with the collateral shot. That didn't work, so I'm just gonna do this. Battle of attrition. Missiles versus grenades. There it is. I also could, if I started off with mask, I could have just used the 5 vial charge shot to kill it in one hit as well. That's another option that could have been done. Anyway, what are we going to find in this library? We're going to find a cassette. The final cassette. 10 out of 10. Let's see how Holbert's investigation concluded.
Okay, this is it. It's all over. Whoever's listening to this tape, destroy it. A social security code like Eagle doesn't exist. Only the chosen ones are given such codes. Amir is an ace brought out by the Yakumo. He's a dangerous individual everyone fears. And he's standing right in incredible. Hey, Mir.
Well, sounds like Holbert's investigation did not conclude very well, as he finally came face to face with Mr. Parkreiner. But at least we know a lot of information about that guy, for whatever reason. As usual, whenever we defeat a mini-boss Heaven Smile, that means right after is when we're going to meet our target. No, not that. That's not what I wanted to pick. I wanted to pick that. So who is this guy? We can drop off in this Harmon's room, but I really don't have much blood at all to drop off. I don't have much of a reason. So let's keep it going on. Skip that Harmon's room. Go up these stairs. Let's enter the principal's office.
And who might you be? Would you like to join me for a game of Russian roulette? Come on, how about it, son? If you win, I'll let you in on a little secret. How to hit on women with 100% success.
And if I lose?
If you lose, then I want you to kill the president.
All right, it's a deal.
I hate to say it, but you got guts, son. No way I'm gonna die today. Or tomorrow, for that matter. At least not until the election is over. It takes more luck than this game to run a country, damn it. I'm on a roll. I'm hot. It looks like Lady Luck's on my side today. What's a country? Who are the people? What are politicians? Who knows? I just wanted to become a president. All I need is to hear the empty click of this gun, and my dreams will come true. It looks like you lose, son. Sorry, but a deal's a deal.
This gun holds 7 bullets. I'm a professional. You can't fool me, old man.
You and I, we're both sick. The only time we feel alive is when we put our lives on the line. It's a sad reality. But we people are never satisfied. We'll always seek a higher rush. The history of the United States rests within the walls of this institution. It's an old tradition that has continued since the first presidential election. I want you to see it through to the end. And by the way, women are all the same.
The Russian roulette scene, most people's favorite scene of the game. Alright, so this was our target. The principal of the school, Benjamin Keene. From what he said, it sounded like he was running for president. I mean, we've heard Mills mention the election, but we have not heard who is running. But apparently the principal of this school was running for president of the U.S., and as we do know, there is a history of principals of this school becoming president. And for whatever reason, we were hired to kill this man. It looks like that he did it himself. Because he challenged us to a game of Russian roulette, and just did not work out so well for him. Anyway, this trophy over here is sparking. Keene said that if Garcian lost, he wanted him to kill the president. From that, I assume he knows that Killer7 can't be killed by a simple bullet. Apparently, he knew who Garcian and Killer7 are, and so if they were to lose the game, then they would go kill the president, which I guess would probably make it easier for Keene to win the election. Here's an emergency staircase. It leads outside of the school. We don't want to go there just yet because we want to explore the principal's office. Let's go into the chairman's room. You know, the chairman's room of an elementary school. Your elementary school had those, right? Yun is here to give us some advice, the final advice on this puzzle, this combination lock that we see right here. Well, even though this is the chairman's room, there's no one here. What does Yoon have to tell us about it? Well, Yoon's not giving us any advice at all. Rather, he's saying farewell to us and the Killer7. He doesn't have anything he can advise us with at this point. Well, if this is his goodbye, then we should also say goodbye to the true mask. Not much help there either, just telling us goodbye. He did tell us that we need the big man for the safe. Well, that is Garcian. He is the tallest of the Killer7. We need a 5-digit code to open this lock. Well, we did get a couple of codes. Do you remember? How many delinquent students are in this school? Well, the answer is that there are 55,549 delinquent students in Coburn Elementary School. But there was a second lock as well. How many criminals are there in this school? Well, there are 72,712 students in Coburn Elementary School. We did it. Apparently, this was the place that that Johnny Gagnon was telling Amir to come so Johnny could come kill him, which seems kind of trusting. It's a little naive. What will we find here? A fingerprint ID. That could be a problem. Whose ID do we need? Garcian's, apparently. Garcian's fingerprints worked to open up this lock for whatever reason, and inside is a safe. But we don't have the combination to this. We did not get any clues as to what this might be, so how are we going to figure this out? We just turn it, and eventually we hear the sound. Okay. We obtained an odd engraving, but that is not really what's on our mind. Well, he closed the safe. We can't see what else was in there. But upon opening the safe and gazing on inside, Garcian got a little cut, little boo-boo on his forehead, and it's not going to let us see what was in that safe. Well, the true mask did say that when we open the safe, our third eye will awaken. But we don't know why. We got the odd engraving anyway, so that's good, but there's a lot of questions there. And I guess these are portraits of perhaps previous principals of the school. It's quite progressive, considering how old this school is. Well, we'll leave Benjamin Keene here. I assume that what was going on there... Well, hold on. Just to make sure. There. You just want to make sure. You don't want to, assume that your target is dead when maybe he's not. So, what I assume what was going on here is that Benjamin Keene knew about Garcian, knew about Killer7, and knew that they were coming after him, and he knew that there was no way he would actually be able to fight them. The only thing that he could possibly do to try to survive would be to challenge them to a game of Russian roulette, a game of chance. But unfortunately, Garcian's luck better than Benjamin's. Let's now go out the emergency staircase. I guess this is for if the principal needed to get out real fast, he could do so. Maybe he should have done so when Garcian was on his way. Hey, Wazaru. And just like that, Owazaru goes back up into the sky on his ghostly bungee cord, and that is the last we are seeing of him. So let's say goodbye to, I was about to say his full name, but I don't remember what his full name is. Boris was his first name. So he's telling us that he has a bad feeling about the hotel and the two men there. And he's asking Garcian, are we sure that we don't remember them? Because apparently he thinks that we should, but Garcian doesn't seem to remember who they are. Iwazaru is resigning because he doesn't want to see Master die. He thinks that Garcian and the Killer7 are on some kind of path of self-destruction. So he's leaving. He will not watch it himself. He did say to acquire all the information on the boy, which I assume he's talking about Amir. And if we do that, the path will open. So why don't we hit the gym and see what we can find in there. Here's Trav. And also, say goodbye to Travis, as I believe this is the last time he does have a message for us as well. He's telling us that Harmon has something to do with this school, and the truth is something that's hard to believe. But if we go into the gymnasium, then maybe we'll understand. We cannot. It's a special kind of lock. This lock does not involve blowing up lockers with grenade launchers, though. What it does involve, though, is for us to run around the outside of the school. Let's head back to the main gates. And there is something that we need to do. There's Trav. It's not a new Travis. That's the Travis that we spoke to when we went into school in the first place. What we need to do is go back through the main gates, the main door, and head back to that data room. Benjamin Keene has some words for Garcian Smith. And Benjamin Keene fades away, telling us a little bit about the country, saying that we should not expose the nation's shame, which I suppose would refer to that the elections are fixed, and that we should kill the UN party, which would involve Matsuoka, because Japan is awakening. They are trying to get revenge on the US. The UN party having meetings with the opposition party in the US. They're up to something. And Well, do we have to do that? Do we have to side with the US over Japan, or could we go the other way? For right now, what we need to think about is this data room, because now that we're in here, we can access a terminal that we could not before. We used the odd engraving that we got from the safe, and now something very strange. It's now the vision ring that howls. We put the vision ring on the thing to turn on the terminal. We haven't done that before. We've taken the vision ring off and we've put it down. And apparently it assumes that we are Amir Parkreiner and we have to identify ourselves to log in. We have to answer questions. Our surname? Well, it says if we're identifying ourselves as Amir, we know what the surname is. Why would Amir have a special login, though, just for him? What is our student ID? Well, we got that from one of Holbert's tapes. So if you remember that we needed to note down anything that was subtitled in those cassettes, well, this is why. We needed to get all this information on Amir Parkreiner so we would be able to log in as him. Where did he come from? According to the records, he was born in Alabama. You know, I'm looking at this CRT, and it says soft keyboard. I don't think a computer like this would have a touchscreen, I'm just gonna say. What's our birth date? Well, according to Holbert, our birth date was 11/22/1942, but that's way too long ago, considering he's an elementary student here, or at least was, sometime recently. Our blood type. Well, we never got this information from the tapes. What they did say is they gave us the blood types of Amir's parents, Michael and Catherine. I think it was Michael was A and Catherine was O, perhaps? That might have been it. In any case, they give you the blood types of the parents, and Holbert says this can't be right because Amir's blood type is something different. So you have to guess then what his blood type might be if it is not his parents. And what we'll get, if we guess, is that we can guess his blood type is B. And that's correct. What's his father's name? We discovered his father's name was Michael. Does Amir have to do this every time he logs in? Because this seems inconvenient. His mother's name was Catherine. Make sure that you spell it in this exact way. I've never seen Catherine spelled in this way, but that is how we are going to spell it. When did he die? I like that the computer is asking this, because assuming that Amir is dead when he is trying to log in. He died April 28, 1952. And then, what's his social security number? Hey, you remember what his social security number is? Holbert says no one has a social security number like Eagle, and that's true. No one does. This could be a problem for Amir as he lives his life when he has to give his social security number and he gives something that couldn't possibly be an actual one. Like people would just say, no, it's not. That's dumb. You're dumb. Give me your real number. Why are you making this up? No one has a social security number like Eagle. But Amir does. Amir does. And that's what you have to do in this school to unlock the gymnasium. There's no other way. But now that we've done that, there's a problem. Garcia no longer has the vision ring. He put it down on this terminal. It's right there. You can see it. It's underneath the odd engraving. But I guess we can't pick it up. We're just going to leave it here. The vision ring, of course, is what Garcian used to see Heaven Smiles. It's what made Killer 7 so deadly. But now we're leaving it behind. I barely have any blood. I really don't need to drop it off. Like, if you want to, you could just grind in this level to get a lot of blood, to get level 5s for all of the characters. And if you do that, you can unlock critical lock-on for all of the characters. But there's not really much of a reason to do that, other than just completion's sake. It doesn't really help much. So we're going to ignore Harmon's room, we're going to ignore the blood, and we are just going to go into the gymnasium that we have now unlocked, and let's see what's inside. It's a man hanging on the stage. And that's the last we'll see of Kess Bloody Sunday, thanking us for finishing him off, I guess. Sure, let's turn it on.
The press is gonna be all over this one. The United States cover will be blown.
So this is dirty politics.
The presidential election is in the hands of the Education Ministry. They manipulate the votes and bring forth political leaders.
Who's he?
Greg Nightmare. He was the chairman of Education Ministry.
What is United States? What is the purpose of the president?
I'm Japanese. How the hell should I know? Figure it out yourself. There are more important things. Shit. Like finding out who you are.
Oh, look out. Greg Nightmare, the chairman of the Education Ministry. He's not dead yet. So I guess we have to fix that. Don't let him shoot us. Actually, I should heal myself. I only have one thing of blood. There we go. It should be good enough. He's going to try to shoot... Yep, he's going to try to shoot me, but I need to keep swinging him back and forth. I can stop him from shooting me by shooting him. This is a great boss fight, by the way. So what is it that we need to do? Well, I do want to try to swing him back and forth. That doesn't seem to be working right now, though. There we go. Hit the edge, get some momentum going. But why would I want to swing him back and forth? What reason could there be for that? No, I keep cutting out the momentum, and that's not what I want to do. It's been a while since I fought him. Just want to get the momentum going. There we go. Now, why would I want to do this? Well, I'm not doing a good job of it, is what I can say. Because he's not building up more momentum. I just lost it altogether. Alright, get him moving again. That's what we need to do. I don't want him to shoot me. It's what I don't want to happen. So we met Matsuoka, who I guess killed Nightmare, and he is anticipating that the press is going to be all over this story of the U.S. being exposed of how it fixes its elections. It seems that I've completely forgotten how to do this, because he is not gaining momentum. There we go. He needs to get more momentum. Higher! Higher, Greg! Higher! There we go. His pants have come off. That is what I was trying to do. His pants have come off, and there's his weak point. What? What is it? Do you think this is weird? I'm just shooting him in the weak point, is what's happening here. I don't know what you think is happening. I'll be honest. It was a description of this fight that made me play Killer7 in the first place. I read a forum post describing what this fight was, where you have to shoot someone who's a hanging man to get momentum build up, and this causes his pants to fly off and reveals his glowing red weak point where his crotch is, and then you have to shoot him in the crotch until he dies. This fight is the entire reason that I ended up playing Killer7 to begin with. If I had the collateral shot, and enough blood to do the collateral shot, this would go a lot faster. But as for right now, I'm just shooting him in his big red crotch. Trying to do it often enough that he doesn't shoot. There we go. Dark smiles have appeared. We have not seen them before, and Greg Nightmare has dropped his golden gun. Well, let's go pick it up. What? Dan can't handle this, but Dan is the man. He can handle any gun. How could he not handle the golden gun? But one man can handle the golden gun.
Son of a bitch.
And with that, the battle is over. But only Garcian remains. The rest of the personas are gone. And once again, we find ourselves in Garcian's trailer house. As is usually the case when we finish a level. And this time, we're on Chapter 6, Smile. And unlike other missions, this one does have a third level. We've completed the second level, the school, and we've completed what is technically the last boss fight against Greg Nightmare. And we've gotten the golden gun, lost the vision ring, but more importantly than that, we lost our Killer7. The personas were killed by the Black Smiles. And now, only Garcian remains. So we're gonna head to Harmon's room. One last time. Oh, we still can't do this, by the way, also. Those are still locked off. We're going into Harmon's room one last time to save our game. And then, next time, we will be going back to the hotel. Even though Iwasaru did not want us to do so, we will be heading back to the Union Hotel, because the men who were in shadow told us that when Garcian started to approach the truth, to return. So that is where we're going next. Iwasaru didn't want us to do it. He quit. He left. He's gone. So Iwasaru's gone. Yun-hyun is gone. Kess is no longer going to give us any advice. Samantha's dead. Who knows where Harmon is? Susie Summers, well, she stopped giving us rings long time ago. She ran out of rings. And now our 6 personas are dead. Well, I mean, technically they were already dead. But now they're super dead. Now we can't transform into them anymore, is the point, is what I'm saying. And we've defeated the chairman of the education ministry, Greg Nightmare, who was the most powerful man in the country because he was the one who fixed the elections and would decide who would become the president. So if you want to translate that into the real world, that would be the secretary of the education department. So whoever the secretary of the education department is, that is the person who is being bribed with billions of dollars in order to fix the U.S. elections, is basically what is going on here. It's what's happening in Killer7. This is what happens with every election. And don't forget that you also have to be the principal of Coburn Elementary School in Seattle in order to be eligible to be president. You have to do that first. That's what's been happening in this level. But we're not done with the level yet. We're not done with Chapter 6, Smile. even though we have terminated the target, or rather, Benjamin Keene did terminate himself. We're not done, because we are going back to the hotel, where we're going to learn, let's say we're going to learn the truth. It is a truth that we will learn, and we'll learn it next time, as we begin to come to the close of Killer 7. I'll see you then.
I also recovered information on the Killer7's past. I learned a few things that had been covered up until now. Also, about the governor of the East. Blackburn's dealings with the East were a big clue. When he was doing the US government's dirty work, he was drawn to the governor of the East. The governor is the single largest threat to the United States. It's generally accepted, after all, that the heaven smiles are created by the governor of the East. Though Blackburn respected the governor, he would never have been brought to a state of adoration for him. Even if his reservation would make him look foolish, he would keep himself composed. This Blackburn, he's a strange one, I'll give him that.